Hello everyone, in this video lecture we will discuss about the solution of the system of linear equation. Here n equations are given. Those are all linear equations where aij are the unknown, where aij are the known coefficients, vi are the known values, okay, and xi is I equal to 1 to n are the unknown to be determined. Okay, so there n equations are given to you where a1, a11, a12, a1n or aij's are all known. Bij are the vector b1, b2, b3, bn. These are the value also known to us. x1, x2, xn, these are all unknown values. Okay, so the solution of the system of linear equation is what to compute the solution of these xi. So the solution for the solution of the system, there exists two kind of method. One is direct method, another is iterative method. So direct method is what? It gives exact solution in a finite number of steps, while in iterative method number of steps are not fixed. Generally the solution in direct method that we are getting, it is affected by round of error. Okay, this round of error that is introduced during the arithmetic operation that we used in method. So analyzing the effect of this round of error and determining ways to keep it under control. Like our aim is what? To keep this round of error under control. Okay, so what method we should use so that the round of error can be controlled, that we will discuss in this particular chapter. So the very first method that we are going to discuss to find out the solution of the system by direct method, that is the Gauss elimination method. So in Gauss elimination method, first of all we will write the system in term of ax equal to b, where a is what? That is the coefficient matrix of the system ax equal to b, and b is a right hand side value of the system, that is the right hand vector. X is the unknown, that is also a vector of unknown. So a is a coefficient matrix that we are getting. X is what? That is x1, x2, xn. This is the column vector. B is also a column vector like b1, b2 up to bn, like that. So we are writing ax equal to b. So x can be obtained by a inverse b also, but like it is a simple method to compute solution of the system of linear equation. But whenever you are having a large system, if a is large, that means the size of a is very big, then inverse is not easy to find out. Okay, so that we are required to find out solution of the system of linear equation by some other method where a inverse is not required to compute. So let's discuss about the method, that is the Gauss elimination method. So what is Gauss elimination method? In Gauss elimination method, the first step is what? To make 0 at the, like what we do in Gauss elimination method, first of all we will write augment matrix a and b together. Okay, so we are writing a11, a12, a1n, and then b1, a21, a22, a2n, then b2, and so on, an1, an2, ANN, BN. Okay, so this is called augment matrix. Whenever we are writing A and B together, so it is called augment matrix. Augment matrix. Okay, so we are writing augment matrix, and then what we do, we will convert this matrix AB into upper triangular matrix, or that means we are getting this matrix, or we are converting this matrix in the form of A11, A12, A1n, B1, okay, then 0, A22, A2n. So we are getting some values after applying row operation. B2, 0, 0, A33, A3, n dash B3. So this is, I am writing dash, double dash, that means we are representing these element after applying some row operation. We are getting the form of the element. This is A n n n minus 1, that is dash n minus 1, B n. So we are getting this kind of matrix. Okay, just keep in mind this is the vector B. So we are getting change in B, n minus 1. So that means n minus 1 row operation are used. So our aim in Gaussian elimination method is what? To convert the system AB augment matrix AB into a upper triangular matrix. Okay, so upper triangular matrix, that means we are having no lower diagonal element are 0. So how to do that? So for that, the very first step is what we will do. We will write A11 as it is, and what we'll do, we will make 0 in the first column, all element except this A11. Okay, what is our aim? We have to make 0 at all these positions except A11. Okay, so how to make 0 all these element below the first row, like first column except A11? For that we will apply some row operation. Okay, how to apply row operation? For that we will define some multiplier. So M21 is what? That is the multiplier associated to A21 position. So what we do, we will compute M21 with the help of A21 and A11. This A11 is what? That we have not to make 0 at. This is the element, is called pivot element. Pivot element. And the corresponding row is called pivotal row. Okay, so here I told the first row, it is called pivotal row because we have to make 0 in the first column below the A11 element. Okay, so this is called pivotal row and this element is called pivot element. Why pivot element? Because with the help of this A11 we have to make 0 in the first column. Okay, so M21, that is associated with the second element, this first element in the second row. Then M31, A31 upon A11, or we can say I1 we can say, that is AI1 upon A11. So this I is what? I is used for row, that is for particular, in which particular may we have to make 0 at the I1 element. Okay, so this we can do. After that, after computing all these values, so this is what? Mi1. Okay, mn1. Okay, that is an1 upon a11. After that we will apply row operation. What is row operation? Like R22, R2 minus M21, R1, R32, R3 minus M31, R1, and then Ri2, Ri minus Mi1, R1. Okay, so we are making 0 with the help of first row, that's why first row is called pivotal row, and then with the help of A11, because we are dividing in each multiplier by A11, that's why it is called pivotal element. So Rn minus Mn1 R1. Okay, so these all MIs are called, these M are called multipliers. Okay, so after applying first step, we are getting what? First row is as it is, A11, A12, A1n, B1. Okay, this you are getting as this element is 0, this element is 0, and also all element 0. Also you are getting corresponding change in the second row, third row. Okay, A22. So we are writing change in term of dash. A2n dash, B2 dash. Similarly, A32 dash, A3 n dash, B3 dash. AN2 dash, AN n dash, BN dash. Okay, similarly, like in the next, so now the next step is what? We have to make 0 at the position A32 dash, like in the second column, all below diagonal element or below A22 element. So what we do, we will make 0 with the help of second row and the pivot element A22 dash. So for that, we will define M32 as A32 dash upon A22 dash. This dash indicate the change occurred after applying row operation in the first step. Okay, M32, M42 equal to A42 dash upon A22 dash. Okay, so similarly, M of M and 2 equal to A and 2 dash upon A22 dash. Okay, now apply row operation, that is R3 as R3 minus M32, R2, R4, R4 minus M42, R2, and so on, Rn minus Mn2, R2. Okay, after that what we are getting? We are getting first row as it is, second row is as it is. Okay, so we will get this row as A11, A12, A11 as it is, and then B1, A22 dash and A2n dash 0. The third step, A33, 0, A33 double dash, A3n double dash, B2, B3, and so on. Finally, we are getting AN and n minus 1 at the third row, that is the second two step, that double dash. So similarly, at the another step, you are getting value as this. So Vn. Okay, now what you can do, now you can compute, you can write this in term of Ax equal to B. So A is the matrix that is converted into the upper triangular matrix, and then if we'll write Ax equal to B, then what will happen? From the last row, what you are getting, Ann n minus 1 xn equal to Bn minus 1. So finally the value of xn is coming out to be Bn n minus 1 upon Ann n minus 1. Here n minus 1 means whatever change occur, like after following first, second, third, and n minus 1 steps or n minus 1 row operations. Okay, so similarly from the second row, what you are getting A n minus 1 xn minus 1 plus A n minus 1 n xn equal to Bn minus 1 n minus 2. Okay, this is also at the n minus 2. So the value of xn minus 1 we can compute by using the value of xn. So xn value we can use this value, and xn minus 1 we can compute here. So in general we can write the value of xi as bi minus summation aij xj upon, here j equal to what, I plus 1 to n upon aii, where I is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on to 1. Okay, so I'm writing it is in general. So this xi is what, that I will take from value n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on. If you put the value I equal to n minus 1, then you are getting this equation. This n minus 1, 2 is specified to the particular step. At what particular step you are computing the value of x. Suppose you are computing value xn minus 1, then the subscript will be an minus 2 or n minus 2 subscript will be there. If you are computing I equal to n minus 3, then the subscript will be as n minus 4. So just keep in mind, if you are computing x2, so the subscript will be what, 1. Okay, so this is your Gauss elimination method. After that we can discuss this method with the help of one example. What example it is? Let us suppose you have to compute solution of the system with the help of Gauss elimination method, and the problem is what, here given x plus x1 plus 4x2 minus x3. So let us explain method with the help of an example, that is by Gauss elimination method. Suppose the system is given to you this. Okay, in order to compute solution by Gauss elimination method, we will write argument matrix AB. So A is what, the coefficient matrix of x, and the coefficient B is what, the right hand side vector. So this. After that, what is our first step to compute, to apply Gauss elimination method? We have to make 0 at this and this position. So for that you will apply you will compute multiplier. So this a11 is what, that is your pivot element. Okay, and this row is your pivot row. Why pivot? Because we want to put 0, or we want to get 0 at the position this and this with the help of pivot element. Okay, so this is the pivot element. So M21 is what, that is 1 upon 1, A21 upon A11, and M31 is what, that is 3 upon 1, that is A31 upon A11. So we are making 0 with the help of A11. Okay, so now apply row operation, R2 to R2 minus M21 R1, and then R32 R3 minus M31 R1. Okay, so what you are getting? You are getting 0 after this step, like 1 4 minus 1 minus 5 0 minus 3 minus 5 0 minus 13 2 minus 7 and 19. Okay, now next step is what? So we have made 0 in the first column. So the next step is what? We have to make 0 at this position, because our aim is what? To make 0 at the below diagonal element. Okay, so for that we will define M32. That is what? M32, why? Because it is associated with A32 position. So that's why A32 upon, now we have to make 0 with the help of this element. This is your pivot element, because we have not to make 0 at this position. With the help of this element we have to make 0. That's why it is the pivot element. We will divide it by pivot element, and then row 2 is what? Pivot row. Okay, so now R32 R3 minus M32 R2. So what you are getting? First row is 1 4 minus 1 minus 5. Okay, 0 0 0. Second row is as it is, because we are not applying any row operation for the second row, and we have not to apply even. Okay, Here what you are getting after applying this row operation, that is 71 upon 3, 148 upon 3. So after applying row operation, we are getting this system of equation. Okay, this is a upper triangle. This is a form that we are getting after applying row operation. From here we can write this system ax equal to b, and x we can compute from the backward side. So the value of x3 is what? That is 148 upon 71, that is coming out to be 2.0845. And from the second equation we are getting minus 3x2 minus 5x3 equal to minus 7. Using the value of x3 that we have already obtained, we can compute the value of x2, that is what? Minus 1.1408. And using the value of x2 and x3, in first equation we are getting the value of x1, that is 1.6479. So this is the Gauss elimination method that we discussed. So let's finish it. Thank you.